I got a call, a strategic buyer for a label printing company. Smaller player, not the big players that I usually deal with. I wanted to give them a fair warning that M&A, mergers and acquisitions, is not an easy thing. I usually facilitate for the buyer because the buyer is very sophisticated. They know exactly what they want. They're strategic. It's a long-term investment. They invest in all right things. They're very strategic in their acquisitions, their targets, and so on. That's where I feel my value is. I know the industry. I'm an industry expert. I know the big players. So when I answered this call, this buyer happened to express to me they're interested in the label industry. He named off his competition, but they're not in the printing industry. They were looking at EBITDAs that are about half of the top players. So that's a discussion that I had. Was, what are you, crazy? You're crazy to buy? This year, now with all the tariffs going on and the supply chain issues, it's not easy. So by the time I got off the phone, he says, oh, Rock, thanks for the heads up. The warning signs. I don't get involved unless I know it's going to be a win-win. I'm talking about the seller and the buyer. But here's the problem with today's market. There are approximately 10 times more buyers than sellers. I'm talking about the printing industry and specifically labels and packaging, the hot markets, not the commercial market, sheet fed. Now with Trump and the administration and everything that's going on, you have to be very, very strategic. You have to be ahead of the game. Founders and entrepreneurs and small family business, less than $25 million. It's too risky for a buyer to tuck that in unless it's a liquidation, it's local, and so on. That's both on the buy side and the sell side. The seller, I'm going to tell them, listen, you are not in position to sell. You're declining in sales. You don't have any talent. Your margins are deteriorating. You're in a market segment that's not growing. People don't realize this, but they hold on till it's too late. I'm talking about sellers. They hold on way too long. And the family businesses, it's usually dysfunctional. Very few succeed. That's the reason why I only work on one deal a year, because it takes 3 months to 9 months to close a deal. And that's a successful deal. I work on the 3 T's, and that's, do I trust this seller? Do I trust the buyer? Are they transparent on the buy side and the sell side? And are they willing to work under this timeline, which is 3 months to 9 months? My checklist is serious business. After 50 years, I've decided to document it. No more talking, no more bullshitting. You got to have a contract. You got to get somebody serious. Everyone's calling me, Rock, who do you know? Rock, who do you know? I know a lot of people. Doesn't mean I'm going to refer you to them. I have to trust you if you're a buyer or seller. I've seen way too many deals fall apart. Who's got money and who doesn't have money? It takes money to buy a deal. The easy part is buying a company. The difficulty and the challenge in the long-term commitment is to have a company grow. And the only reason why you buy a company is the potential. So you got 10 times the buyers that are out there. Everyone's looking for a deal. They got to have a strategic plan for not 2 years, not 3 years, 1 year. We're already past Q1. What's going on? What's going on with your milestones? Are you meeting your goals? Have you lost top talent? Have you lost customers? Have you have a problem with tariffs now? Your suppliers are outside the United States. Is that going to be a problem? Suppliers are going to pick and choose who they've been working with, who's paying their bills. I'm looking at Asia for supply chain, for talent, for equipment, technology. People underestimate what's really going on. And I'm talking about the United States. Are these jobs really going to come back? Do you think private equity is the answer for the future? Many organizations that I know that sold and left their roll-in to the sale to private equity are in dire straits right now because they may never get that money back. Okay, you got to be really careful who your buyer is, who your seller is. You have to really learn where the big money's going and what's happening. Vietnam's already at the table before the tariffs were announced. They've asked for an extension. Trump has his family business has invested a tremendous amount of money into Hanoi and Vietnam. Elon Musk has multiple satellites there. So Vietnam's going to be really top because they're already negotiating, and it's not the tariffs. They've already talked about what they're really concerned about are the commissions from China that go through. The loophole was Vietnam. Vietnam had a value-added tax. That's really going to be negotiated. Believe me, it's going to be favorable. It's going to be favorable. As you know, I've been working with Vietnam. I'm really interested in their talent, their digital assets. They're known for software, technology. They have people. They have the tools. They have people to run the tools. They have capacity. They have territory, their geography. They have access to the South China Sea, their international education process, which they are in the top 3, science, technology, engineering, and math. Top of the line. Literacy, over 95%. Compare that to the United States. It's going to be years before jobs come back. That's what I see in mergers and acquisitions. Yes, I'm in the printing, label, and packaging, and especially converting industries, which is manufacturing. Back in the day when I was working with 3M, we called them joint ventures or strategic alliances. And that's what you should be doing. You want to buy a thoroughbred and pay for it because you reduced your risk. I'm listening to these young kids and where they're going. And I'm listening and watching what United States is doing with Asia. Because Asia is the future, not the United States. We don't have the capacity. All the equipment, majority of it, high percentage, is being assembled or manufactured overseas. Everyone else in the world is 3, 5, 10 years ahead of us. I'm giving you a heads up. Timing is really critical. I'm going with the people that got the grit, got the knowledge, the experience, the awareness, the hard work, ethic, family values, treat the people right. That's what it takes, man. Bottom line is, know your value. If you're independent and free, it's huge. Always bring joy. So I'll talk to you soon.